What's up, GGs? Welcome to week 6, workout 2. All right, so go ahead and grab a mat, and we're getting started with mobility. We are doing what is called a cat-cow while in the Frogger position. So you're going to sprawl your legs out as wide as you can, stretching out those hip flexors or the inside of your hips. Just go as deep as you can, whatever's more comfortable to you. And then you're going to be on your forearms, and you're just doing cat-cow. Pretend that you're doing normal cat-cow, but in this new position. So we're going to arch our back, inhaling, and then as you exhale, you're going to deepen your spine and let your belly go towards the mat. So arching up, we're also not moving our head or our neck. So this is just our spine that we want to work with here. So we're doing 8 to 10 of these. Really slow. Make sure to inhale for the arch, exhale as you lower your spine, arch your back, and let your hips rise. All right, we're moving on to a hamstring stretch with windmills. So go ahead and get into a little bit of a wider stance outside of your shoulders. Bend down. My hamstrings are so tight, so I can't have my legs completely straight. So bend your knees if you need to. So the more you bend your knees, the less stretch in your hamstrings. You're going to plant one arm down on the mat. The other arm is going straight up to the sky. And you're turning your head to look at your hand as you do that windmill. Really stretching out that back, stretching your shoulders. All right, go ahead and grab a broomstick or something that is long and will not bend. So anything like a pole, broomstick, mop, whatever you have. You're keeping your arms completely straight, and you're bringing them up over your head, around to your back. So up around your head, touch your bum, back over your head to your belly. Make sure to keep your arms straight, and this is really working on the mobility of your shoulders, rotating them in ways that they don't move all the time. So we're really trying to open them up. The wider you hold onto that pole or broomstick, the easier it'll be. So the closer you have your hands on the broomstick, it's going to be real hard. So modify it if you need to. And we're doing about 15 of these. We're also going to do a stretch of our left side, right side. So stretching out those obliques, stretching out your whole back. So take that broomstick and just keep everything nice and straight and tight. Move it to the left, move it to the right. Keep your core nice and engaged, and just really feel that stretch down your side. Okay, this is also another variation of a cat-cow. We're not moving our head or our neck. We're just moving our scapulas, so our shoulder blades. So what you're going to do is get in a tabletop position. You're going to arch your back as much as you can, and then you're going to sink into it, letting your shoulder blades kind of rise, and your spine is going to sink below. So take a look at how my shoulder blades are just poking out and my spine is dropping. This is going to be a very small motion, not a whole lot of movement here. All right, we have a bird dogs with a crunch. So you're going to stay on the same side for 10 reps, and then you're going to move to the other side. So opposite arm, opposite leg, raise them high in the air, and then you're going to crunch them in, bringing your elbow to your knee. Okay, keep that core really strong and tight. We don't want any movement here in the core. Everything's stable, and you're doing 10 crunches. Okay, same position, tabletop. You're doing glute kickbacks with toe taps. So you're just moving one leg at a time, keeping it straight. You're moving your toe and touching all the way to the left, then all the way to the right. So left to right is 1 rep, and you're doing 10 each side. You should definitely feel this in your glutes. This is really working your hips. It's working your whole leg. So keep your core strong and tight, and just tap the toe left to right. All right, we're getting into the workout. So grab something to sit on, a chair, a box, something that is you're easily able to just plop down on. We're doing single leg pistol squats onto the chair. So this is the first variation. It's a little bit more challenging. You can hold on to something, but you're just sitting down with one leg and then going back up on the same leg. The modification is to go down on one leg, stand up with 2 legs. Okay, so eccentric for going down, you're using 1 leg, 2 legs to help you up. All right, you're doing 10 each side. Alright, if you're doing the first variation, make sure to keep one leg off the ground the entire time. You're keeping it straight or with a slight bend in it, and you're just working one leg at a time. the leg that's not working and that's just holding in the air, that hip flexor is going to start to feel it. So that's perfectly good and healthy as well. So hold on to something, and if you need to, we can do a modification where you stand up with both legs, go down on one leg. Okay, we have a wall sit with a front raise. So anytime we're doing stuff with our upper body while we're doing a wall sit, it's really getting the core engaged. Because if both of our limbs, meaning top and bottom, arms and legs, are working, something in the middle's got to stabilize them. So your core is really working. So you're taking a dumbbell, holding it on each end, and just raising it up to the, till you hit the wall and then back down for 10 reps. All right, we're getting a little bit more core going on. So we have a plank on your forearms, 20 to 30 seconds. Make sure your hips don't sink. So it looks like my hips are pretty high from this angle, but they're just high enough to where my core is engaged and it's not straining my lower back. So hold it as long as possible, 30 seconds if you can. You got it. Keep breathing. Then we're going to get into a high plank position and we're doing plank jacks. So you're just basically doing a jumping jack with your bottom half while you're in that high plank position. This was hurting my feet because my porch is concrete. So I kind of paused there for a second, but you're doing about 20 to 30 seconds, okay? You got this. Just out and then back into a high plank. Outside your hips and then back in. All right, then we have slowed skiers or alternating curtsy lunges. So hold on to something for balance if you need it. And you're going to do a curtsy lunge, meaning your knee is traveling to the opposite heel. So if you're lunging back, that knee is going to be just outside of that heel that's planted. Okay, and you're doing 20 total. So make sure your body's leaning forward at a 45-degree angle and you're driving with that heel up out of that lunge position. You'll feel it in your glutes more if you drive with your heels versus your toes. All right, then we have gorilla rows. This looks funny because I want you to do them pretty sped up. You're basically punching the ground and alternating dumbbell rows. Here's a different angle. So one at a time, you're just doing bent over rows, single arm bent over rows, and you're doing 30 total. Okay, we're ending with a little bit of plyometrics. So jumping squats, just 10. Keep your feet nice and wide, 45 degrees out, and make sure you're doing like a sumo squat stance. And you're just jumping up and down for 10. All right, like always, make sure you've rested 1 to 2 minutes before getting back into the second set. We are doing single leg pistol squats. So let's get into it. Keep your core squeezed, and if you keep your body leaning forward, that's going to help you feel more balanced in the pistol squat. This is really helping our ankle stability, our knees, hips, the whole shebang, the whole leg. And again, if you need to modify it, go ahead and do one leg on the way down, and then just 2 legs to help yourself back up. Okay, get into a wall sit position and do the front raises. Try and keep your core squeezed and get that dumbbell up over your head. You got it. Just 10 total. All right, get back into that plank on your forearms and try and keep a mental note of like, hey, is this plank easier? I wonder if I can hold this plank for longer. Try and challenge yourself and see if you're stronger than you were week 1, because my guess is you definitely are. We've done so much to get to week 6 and you are absolutely crushing it. So try and see how long you can do the plank for. I bet you can do it a lot longer than you did from week 1. All right, last plank jack, and then you don't have to do these anymore. High plank position, jumping outside your hips, then jumping back in to a high plank. Boom, boom, boom. For 20 to 30 seconds. You'll feel this in your shoulders, okay? It's a good shoulder workout as well. Okay, we're back to the slowed skiers. Go nice and slow. Make sure you're feeling it where you want to feel it. So we want to be feeling this in the glutes. You'll probably feel it in the inner thighs. This is adding a little bit of tension to the outside of your knee, which is really healthy. So yeah, get into it. 20 total. Back to gorilla rows. Boom, boom, boom. Fast, punching the ground. You're mad at something. Get all your anger out now while you can. And we're doing 30 total. So really squeeze your core since your back is in a vulnerable position. Squeeze your core, punch the ground, bring your elbows up, bent over rows. Sweet. All right, back to jumping squats. And actually, this is your last exercise of the day. So go you. 10 of these total, and then you are literally done for the day. Proud of you. You're crushing it, and keep it up. I'll see you next week.